Mic test 1, 2, 3, 4. Coach, want to give a mic test?
Mic check 1 2 1 2. How do you know if it's working? Are we live?
Good afternoon. Sean Stanley here, along with head coach of the men's Johnson & Wales University Wildcats teams, Phil Zayas, here with me. How you doing today, Phil?
Doing well. Thank you, Sean.
Awesome. Today we got the Lady Wildcats taking on the Warriors from Webber International University. The Lady Wildcats, right now, the women's soccer team's kicking off their Sun Conference play today against Webber International. The Wildcats are coming off a 3-0 loss against Nova Southeastern University on Sunday, and they're looking to hit the ground running to start the conference play. Their captain, Sarah, hopefully I say this name right. I've been practicing it. I believe it's Trujillo.
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 I thought it was Trujillo.
Hey, we'll stay with it. But she stated if
Maybe
we come
Trujillo.
out mentally strong and remember what our end goal is, we will achieve the result that we need. So there's some confidence there on the Lady Wildcats. And talking about their opponents, Webber, the Warriors. They opened up their season against the Eckerd College Tritons on the 13th. They scored early but couldn't hold the lead, and the Tritons took the game 4-3. The Warriors finished 5th in the Sun Conference and advanced to the conference semifinal last year, where they eventually fell to the tournament champions, Northwood University, now known as Kaiser University. So we're about to get things underway here. We have John Goss helping us out here on the cameras today. We have the Warriors. They're going to be in the gray shirts, green shorts. The Wildcats in all white with blue writing and blue numbers. In goal for the Wildcats will be number 0, Jenna Biersma. And for the Warriors, it's number 1, Kayla Hanel. It's about to get things underway here.
Sean, it looks like Webber will be starting out in a 4-4-2.
Okay.
And it looks like Johnson & Wales will be starting out in a 4-3-3 formation.
All right. And now, is that a counter by one of these teams to play, or is that just something you come out as you normally would and just?
It all depends on the philosophy of the coach. I mean, everyone has a different philosophy. Sometimes you coach depending on the opponent, or sometimes you just stick with your own game plan and impose your will upon your opponent. So
Gotcha. Okay. And that's going to be out to Webber. Number 4 will be thrown in, and Jenny Murphy. Thrown in here. Gets it in deep there. The Wildcats, good defense, gets away, kicks it up, past midfield into the Webber side. Hanel there to get it. That's the goalie.
that's the tough part with playing on this field, Sean, is that it's a turf field. And the ball moves really fast. So sometimes when teams or players look to play direct, the ball just travels much faster and ends up going right to the goalkeeper, like you just saw in that play.
Now, is that something you guys? Is there practice fields that actually have turf, or is this something you just got to play on to learn from?
Oh, she's almost in. No. Yeah, you could definitely. There's definitely plenty of fields. A lot of the fields here in South Florida, a lot of parks are going to turf. A lot of schools are going to turf just because of the wear and tear, and a lot of people are playing, soccer, football, and so the fields are getting a lot of usage.
Awesome. Now you saw that kick from Hanel went out. Is that something else? The bounce from the turf?
You got to deal with the bounce. You got to deal with the bounce. You got to deal with the speed and the pace of the ball, and it's rolling faster. So.
All right. Looks like we might have a corner kick, number 2. For Johnson & Wales, I believe that's Lindsay Blanchett, or Alsney Blanchett. What do you have for number 2? I'm sorry. Blanchett with the corner kick. Gets it in. Webber gets it, kicks it up ahead. Number 19 for Johnson & Wales, kicks it back in. Webber has control of it up across midfield. Playing along the right side. Defense by Johnson & Wales. Number 12, Christina Medina. Sailed ahead by Johnson and Wales, headed back across by Webber. Warriors trying to push it forward. Coming along the right side. Got it in. Beersma going over. It's going to roll out of bounds. Now, is that something that you prepare for as a team, like which side of the field you're going to attack?
Not necessarily which side of the field. I definitely think we have to all deal with the surface, and that's just it's really difficult for both teams. But on a day where it's sunny and if the sun's on one side, you may want to attack the side where the goalkeeper has their eyes in the sun.
Okay.
So put them at a disadvantage.
It's a corner kick. Kicked in, but good stop by Beersma. Beersma's got a pretty good leg there.
Oh, yeah, she hit it.
She always kicks it up toward midfield there when she sends it up. And it's going back deep into. Tried to push it ahead, but Hanel's there for the stop. She sends it up. Another high bounce off this turf. And you saw a misplay there by number 2 of the Wildcats because of the bounce from the turf. And again, a swing and a miss. It seems like sometimes they're thinking the ball's going to bounce and it stays down, and then they think it's going to stay down and it's bouncing. A
lot of goals in women's soccer comes from missed clearances, and when you're dealing with this turf and the punt and the bounce, these are all factors. Especially taking into consideration is that both teams' first conference game. Nerves are probably high, and it's going to take, the game's a little sloppy right now, but it's probably going to take about 15 to 20 minutes for both teams to settle in and be able to keep possession and knock the ball around a little bit.
All right, that was number 4, Murphy, with the corner kick. Good stop by Beersma. Now, give us an idea, Coach, how important, conference play is important, but is it good to get that good start? Or, I know it's a long season, but you want to get a good start here in the conference play.
Getting a good start definitely builds confidence for any team. So if you can get a win in the first conference game, it's huge.
Blanchette sending it ahead. All right, it's going to be out to, looks like Webber to be throwing it in. We're at 39:10 to go here in the first half. Throws it in, and another one of those bounces off the turf, Coach, and it went right out. And this field isn't really even, is it? I'm looking at it from here, and you can see it going up a little bit.
It's got its spots that need work.
That's what we'll call it, spots.
Yeah.
All right.
There's another missed clearance by our
that's
back,
Haley
by
Gordon missed it.
JWU
Now there's the Warriors.
On a
they
2
got a
versus
2-on-2. Number 4 with the kick. That's a goal for Jenny Murphy. He's going to make it 1-0.
If you notice, Sean, on that goal, again, it was another missed clearance. We kind of, the back line of Johnson Wales, one of the players kind of whiffed the ball, and they got in behind. They were 2 versus 1. It's a great finish. One-time volley, one-time finish off the cross. Good finish.
Awesome. And again, that was number 4, Jenny Murphy, for the Warriors. It's going to make it 1-0 here. And you can see the play developing as it was happening. It was a missed cross, but you could see the breakaway by the Warriors there they had. It's going to be number 17, Isabella Marati, throwing it in. So I think
That's a free kick.
Free kick. I'm sorry. Number 13 actually took it. Melissa Sanchez. Warriors again going up the right side. Kicks it ahead to number 14, Sliedra Abundez. It's going to go out on the right side. It will be the Wildcats ball. Marati's going to be throwing it in. Okay. There's a throw in to number 11, Desiree Rudnick. Wildcats will keep the ball. Now, Coach, are these set plays that are put in, or do sometimes just freelancing, as they want to call it nowadays?
I'm sure that the coach has implemented one or two little set plays off of throw-ins to help his team keep possessions, but sometimes players don't implement them the way you would like. So,
Okay.
but a lot of coaches do implement a type of set piece or a run off the ball to help their team keep possession.
Okay.
Both center backs for Webber, number 19 Leah Parker and number 23 Philippa Wilson.
Push it ahead. There's the Warriors. There's Biersma.
Good save.
Good save. Good save. Biersma stops that attack.
Number 19 Leah Parker has done a great job in the back line for her team and does a great job organizing for Webber.
Now, can you elaborate that on a little bit?
I just noticed that number 19 and 23, they're always, very vocal. They're organizing the team defensively, so anytime they lose the ball, they're organizing the players in front of them, and it's going to be very difficult to get in behind them.
Okay. Now that's these two young ladies back here?
Yep.
Okay. There they go, pushing the ball up. That's number 3, Megan Howard, to number 4. That's Murphy with the goal already. Unable to clear it there, the Wildcats. To Blanchette, try to clear it. Warriors keep the ball. And Biersma, it got past Biersma.
Ooh.
And rolls just past the goal to the left. Biersma's holding her hand. Looked like she got a foot.
Yeah, the challenge on the goalkeeper was a little bit dangerous. I think the ref should have called that, partially because it was the studs were showing.
Okay. Now, Biersma's allowed to go out that far for the ball?
Oh, I mean, goalkeeper can challenge as far as they want.
Okay.
Obviously, if they go outside the box and use their hands, then it'd be a free kick for
okay.
Webber.
Wildcat trying to push it up. Murphy's staying active right here in front of her.
Good collection, good ball.
That's Sia pushing it up ahead. Sia there keeping it in, heading toward the left side. Passes it over to Klein. Warriors control the ball up at midfield. It'll be the Wildcats' ball. Marati will be throwing it back in. Right there. Sean Stanley, Coach Zayas back with you here. Coach Zayas back here. Sorry about that, Coach.
No problem.
We're at North Miami Stadium. We're at about 34 minutes to go here in the half. Now, Coach, you dealt with soccer a lot. Like these 45-minute halves, they feel like an eternity?
It depends. It all depends on what the game looks like. I mean, been in games where you're losing by a lot and you can't wait for it to end. And then there's times you're holding on to a 2-1 lead and the clock just seems to be ticking slow. So it all depends.
Okay.
Good work.
All right, so that's going to go out. Wildcats will keep the ball. Number 19.
One of the things that frustrates me with players throwing the ball in, and I find this a lot.
It's going to be a free kick, sorry.
With younger players is they don't always throw the ball where the player wants it. If the player wants it to their feet, if you throw a ball to someone's face, they're not going to be able to collect it very easily.
Yeah.
So
now, is that a communication thing, Coach? Or
in soccer, you have so many different ways of communicating, whether it's not just verbal, but just like little cues, like good through ball.
Warriors push it through. Good kick
Keeper's
out by
gotta come out with
Beersma. Good
their
save.
hands on that.
Now, 2 games that I've been here, Beersma's been very active. Has always been a very active goalie.
Oh yeah, definitely. She had a great game against Barry University, who's ranked Barry University in D2 is ranked number 1 in the country right now, and I think we lost 1-0. And I heard she had a great game, so I think for our team to be able to compete with them is tremendous.
All right, we got a whistle, and the Wildcats will keep the ball. So Melissa Sanchez kicking it up, and looks like somebody just got ran over. That was number 4, Sydney Smith.
Yeah, what he did, he's waiting to see if the team gets the advantage. A lot of times when someone gets fouled, but if the team keeps possession and they're still attacking, he'll let the play continue. So that way, it doesn't kill a potential goal scoring opportunity for the team.
Gotcha.
Good
kick
try.
in.
Good try.
Good
well done by the
stop.
goalkeeper.
Kayla Hanel. Good stop for the Warriors. And it is a hot, humid day here. Sun may not be out shining, but it's still humid. Good kick ahead. Misplayed there by Blanchett. Keep pushing the ball up. That's Sia. She kicks it ahead. And that was because they lost advantage. They blew the whistle. No. Still trying to figure out the foul calls. I'm sure it's something you do every game as well.
Trying to figure out I mean, no one's perfect, so
Exactly.
you gotta be tolerant.
Kicked in, the Warriors. You can see them trying to get used to this turf still.
Yeah,
Some of them are waiting a second chance. Back up to the middle of the field. Coming out here to the left.
Nice work, Steve. Look at your marks. Look at your marks. Throw the ball.
Blanchett throws it in.
Look for it, see? Look
Push
for
it ahead. There's one Warrior. That's number 14, Abundez. Kick it back into Beersma. Again, she got another tricky little hop there. Able to control it, though. It's very interesting watching this bounce off the turf like this. I played football on turf, but not soccer, and watching the ball just like hit and.
Yeah, well, it's a good thing it's not a rainy day, because then people are sliding all over the place.
They push it ahead. The Warriors kick it back out.
Good collection by number 4.
ball.
That's Sydney Smedley.
Ball. Get on ball.
That's Klein.
Ball.
She gets it over. That's going to be number 2, Blanchett, on the right side. Sends it in. That was number.
I like the way Johnson Wales changed the point of attack on that one. I think if they're going to have any success against this Webber team, it's going to be very difficult to beat them down the middle over the top with the 2 center backs that Webber has. So changing the point of attack, getting it wide, and attacking on the flanks are going to be a better way of getting in behind the back line of Webber.
Gotcha. Now, is that something that I guess they're making the change as the plays are going on, right?
Yeah.
You're communicating it in, or is it something that the players pick up on?
I just think now that the clock is ticking and some time, the nerves are settling, so now they're able to have some rational thought when they get the ball or before they get it. So, sometimes the first 15 minutes of a conference game, everyone's all frantic. What a ball.
Get on the foot, ladies.
See, it pushed
See,
it
and
up.
they got in behind there and had a little success, and again, the balls weren't above the waist, you know. And if they're low, I think they can have success being able to combine on the ground to get in behind that back line.
Yeah, man. Find your position.
Right there attacking. That's the Captain Sarah Trullo right there.
On the foot. There you go, Inez.
It's number 9, Inez Ordeaux.
Fill up. Position.
Number 12 for Christina Medina for Johnson and Wales. She does a lot of the little dirty work there in the holding mid position, and there's times where Johnson Wales is winning the ball, and it's just because she's doing those little extra things. And sometimes, you know, those people don't always get rewarded because they're not the goal scorers. And but
offensive linemen.
you need those players in that part of the field to do all the dirty work.
Some substitutions for Johnson and Wales. Like number 22, Solil Duplain went in, and there's one other. I did not catch the number, but once I know, I will get that out. It's number 14, Yaneli Montez. She's in as well. So some substitutions here on the humid day. Now, Coach, I'm going to ask this because
Good penetrating run by
Here we
number
go.
14.
that's Montez just in the game.
So she came right into the game and made an impact. I mean, you don't always get the ball, but sometimes you got to make those runs to create space and create options for players with the ball. So that was good.
Now, is that one reason, Coach, why you put her in fresh right there for that play, or is that just something that's?
I don't think it's
It
necessarily for that play, but if you have the depth in your lineup and you have quality players on the bench, I mean, it looks like both teams have a good sized bench. So, but I think she came in right away and was able to make a little bit of an impact. We got a corner out of it, so that's good.
Haley Gordon, number 19, will be doing the corner kick for the Wildcats. Here goes the kick. Sending it in.
There you go.
It's headed out. I think that was number 19. Nope, 23. It was-
Felipa.
yeah, Felipe.
She's headed a few balls away already. And that's why I'm saying she's going to be very difficult to beat.
Again, here you go, Coach, out to the outside, like you said, attacking from the flanks. That's Duplain, who's also fresh coming in. Kick it up, and again, the bounce got away from her.
It's not easy on this field, but I think if Johnson Wales can continue to keep it on the floor and they're going to create better chances. And number 4 for Johnson and Wales, Jenny Murphy. She's a very creative player, and she's got good technical ability, and she can find players around her. So I think now that the game's settling down, if they can find her the ball, they can have some opportunities in the attacking third.
So there's a throw in. Number 14, Montez was there. Up to the goal. Hanel's going to kick it out.
Good job by Felipa Wilson again, just being able to shield that ball out, protecting the ball so her team can get an easy goal kick there.
So we're going to have substitutions. It's number 5, Rachel Osborne going off. Trying to get the number of the player that replaced her. Send it up.
Usually we say win the first ball. Today it's there's been moments where it's like win the first ball, win the second ball, win the third ball, win the fourth ball, just because it keeps bouncing everywhere.
Duplain took one there right in the gut, it looked like. They're right here in front of us. Duplain up the right side of the field, kicks it in. They're your 2 players that you've been talking about for the Warriors. They're going to send it up to Murphy. She's along the left side here. She sends it in. Beersma plays the bounce. Rather easily on that one. But as you said, too, on the turf, Murphy let the ball almost go all the way up without ever even having to touch it. Headed back out here to Murphy. She kicks it up the middle. Good play there by number 13. It's Moses Sanchez, the Wildcats. Klein.
Both teams having a hard time settling the ball in the midfield. And there's number 19 with the header again.
Mm-hmm.
Those
It's gotta
two
be
in
the
the
third or
back, they're
fourth one,
really
I
good in
don't-
the air, those two. Number 19 and number 23.
Now, is that something you do? You put some of the better, or it just so happens that's who you got?
Typically, I mean, your center backs have to have certain characteristics, and I think both of those girls are very vocal, which is what you need. I mean, they're playing in the back so they can see the whole field and see everything in front of them, and if they can be good in the air, that's a huge plus, and it's a necessity for the position. So both of them seem very comfortable in the air. They're big, and they're vocal, so they fit the role.
That's number. That was Marati that threw it in, and it went right back out off the Warriors, and it's like Zayas throwing it in. They're pushing it ahead. Out of bounds. Set up a corner here for the Wildcats. Gordon will get the corner kick. Now, are there set plays here, Coach? As far as, I mean, do you have different set plays? Or
There
is it
are.
pretty much the same?
No, there are. Different coaches and different teams have different set pieces for different scenarios, different sides of the field. Corner kicks, a lot of teams have, usually a handful of different ones that they try to go to. They usually want the ball served in a certain spot, and it's creating, the corners that Johnson Wales is getting is creating goal scoring opportunities for them. So.
Try and push it out. There's 19 and 23. Seem to be there for the Warriors.
One thing Webber has done a good job with is they've done a good job clearing the ball. So when Johnson Wales has been attacking or when they have had a set piece, they've done a good job clearing the ball.
Remember, Green, go to the ball.
It's number 4, Smedley.
Samantha Klein in the middle for Johnson Wales has also done a great job, kind of like Christina. She, she breaks up plays. And in that last play there, she was able to win a ball and get it to number 4 so she could do her job. So both holding mids are doing a really good job for Johnson Wales.
There's C over there near the near the out of bounds line, and the Warriors will keep the ball. We're almost at the 20-minute mark here. And they're going to push it up the right side again. It's coming in toward the goal. Fires it. Biersma. Good stop. Good save.
Is that Sierra, number 14, that made that cross there?
Look like it.
Yeah, she's very dangerous on that side. I think Johnson and Wales is going to have to find a way to stop her and deal with that. And if I was Webber, I'd be looking to go there.
Murphy again sends it up. Gordon kicks it out.
Clearance.
Murphy
Hammer
right
off.
there, and it did bounce up. There's that bounce you're talking about, Coach. She was just tried to pull her hand out of the way.
Yeah,
wasn't able
judging
to.
the bounce, it's not.
Yeah.
It's just not easy.
It's gonna be a free
It's
kick
a little
here
bit unpredictable.
by Blanchette. Push up across midfield. There's Klein again. And there's your number 19 for Webber. Leah Parker. Yep. Again, those names you keep saying over and
Yeah,
over.
I'm very impressed with those two. And in a game like this, with the conditions in the field, sometimes the game can get a little bit direct, and when it does, those two players, good center backs, are gonna stick out.
Johnson Wells tried to send it up.
Number 20.
Kick it out here to Murphy. Going ahead to 27. That's Janelle Banks. She gets by. Shot on goal. Stopped.
save.
But right there is number 14, Liedra Abundez. And she gets the goal. Biersma with a good stop, but was, I guess, a ricochet out or reflection.
Nice finish. She, she did a good job tucking that away, and that's a goal she's supposed to score. And I think number 27, Janelle Ebanks, gets good credit for that as well. I mean, she had a great 1v1 move there in the corner of the 6 and beat the player 1v1 and was it worked out for her. So
Good play there. And Coach, how frustrating is that, though, if you're standing on the sideline, you get a good stop, but then the ball bounces right to the next player? I mean, I guess it's soccer, but I'm sure it's a little frustrating.
yeah, I mean, it's tough for the goalkeeper because she did come up with a good save from 3 yards out, which is not easy for any goalkeeper to do or to deal with. So when you make a save and then from that close, and then they get the rebound, it can be frustrating. But you know what? The JWU women's team was at the men's game yesterday, and actually our men's team lost to Webber yesterday in a conference game 4-3, and they were beating us 4-0 at halftime. So the girls saw that you can continue to play and be resilient and come back. So we were able to score 3 goals in the second half on that game, and there's no reason why the women's team can't come back from a 2-0 deficit. So it's still a lot of time left.
Yeah, no, it's definitely. And then if you just saw there, Biersma, crazy bounce, almost misplayed it, but handled it. So again,
Nice. Work it, Jen. We'll take that.
off Blanchette. It's going to roll out over here.
I think that'll
Warriors
be a
get the ball. Throw in. There's number 10, Mariela Rivera.
Yeah, she's putting some work in. She's dangerous, and she's very buzzy. She's getting the ball, which is good. A player that plays in her position needs to be active, needs to see a lot of the ball. Her job is to create and be a playmaker, and she's doing a good job of that.
Awesome. Corner kick for the Warriors. Headed in, and it's in. That was number...
I'm not
see the number
I'm
right
not
now.
sure who scored that, but great finish.
The one in the back there, I cannot see her number yet. They don't have numbers on the front of their jerseys here for the Warriors. Looks like it's 14 again. It's Liedra Abunde. She had to score just a minute ago.
She's probably their Webber's most dangerous player right now. Great finish. That's at all levels, what we teach our younger players and older players to do is that if you get an opportunity to head the ball in the box, you always want to head it down. It's easier for the goalkeeper to make a save if the ball is in the air. So if you can head the ball down, it makes it more difficult for the keeper to save, and that was just a beautiful finish. So
Very good finish by Abundes there. The Warriors take a 3-0 lead. They're throwing in.
number 23, Bailey Abrahamoff just made the header there. Just came into the game a few minutes ago.
Number 6 also just in, Fiona Whitfield. She sent it in. Now, Coach, with the team down 3-0, you got 15:45 to go in the first half. With soccer, I mean, there's a lot of time to go.
It's a lot of time. I mean, if I'm Johnson and Wales right now, what I'm thinking is I just want to get one back before the half. If we can not take another goal, get one back before the half, you're down by 2. The game is still within reach, and there's a lot of time to play.
Okay.
Yeah, the other factor is players are going to get tired, you know, and who's got depth because it's a 90-minute game, so.
Most definitely. Here are the Warriors at midfield. They're sending it in deep again here. Biersma's coming out and kicks it away. Now, with soccer, Coach, Biersma's very active. Seems like she goes out further and further each time. Is that something most goalies do, or is that something as a coach you would tell her not to do, just in case?
No, you definitely want her to do it. It's all situational.
Okay.
It depends on where the ball is.
That's Duplain right here in
Ooh,
front
good
of
ball.
us down the right side.
Good ball to number
pass with the
14. She's 1v1.
Montez.
See, one of the good things about that play, and I thought Johnson Wells did a good job of that, is getting balls wide stretches the other team's back line. So what happened is it forced Philippa Wilson to get out of the middle which creates lanes to run into if you're Johnson Wales forward. So I think if they continue to do that, they can find some success there in the attacking third. They've just got to get balls wide and try to stretch the back line.
Is that a set thing that you as a coach or you as a player would see, and they're making those adjustments in game, or?
I mean,
it just so happened the way the ball.
Yeah,
falls,
yeah. I mean, I think they improvised on that one. It was that play showed itself, and they made the right decision.
Warriors working hard in the defense. Coming back out here to the left side. Sends over here to Murphy.
Get open for the next pass. Get open for the next pass.
Push back in. That's 23, Abrahoff.
Yeah, she's just coming off a knee injury. She's actually a very good player. She's very dangerous around the goal and is a great passer. So she can see just like that one. She can find her teammates and she gets players in. So it was probably a good move for Coach Dobransky to bring her in at this stage in the game.
She is heading it up. There's 19. That's Parker for the Warriors. A name we've been calling a lot here so far today. Back into Medina. She kicks it out. Gordon kicks it up.
There you go, Sid.
Warriors back in attack down the right side.
Push. Push.
Gordon there. Now, Coach, I've seen this a couple times, this game and the last game. What is there a name for, like, the player when they run up and they know it's going to go out and they kind of slow down? Is it like a block? I mean, or how is that?
No,
is there
yeah,
any-
you're not allowed to really block a player. Or I mean, you could shield the ball if you're playing the ball, but you can't really block. If there's no intention to go for the ball, that's obstruction, and you can't do that. So.
Well, then I guess it's just part of the game. So it's just,
Yeah, I mean, if the ball's
it
going
just-
out, I can shield the ball out as long as I'm making a play on the ball, and you can
so that's
you
why
can
they
protect
still
the
act
ball.
like they're going for the
You-
ball.
yeah,
kind
yeah,
of slow. Okay,
yeah.
okay,
You can protect the ball.
okay. That makes sense. All right. I was just wondering because I've seen it a couple
Now,
times.
if you're nowhere near the ball, then it's a different story.
Gotcha. Okay, good. Coach Zayas here with me. Sean Stanley. We are at North Miami Stadium, home of the
See, like on
Johnson
that-
and Wales Wildcats.
On that one, the keeper made the right decision. It was time to come off the line, get the ball. Johnson Wales is going to get everyone out now, and now they can clear the ball.
Okay. It's Coach Zayas giving us the X's and O's here. There they are pushing up again.
So that's
Here's my-
another example why the keeper wants to be off the line. So Webber's got some speed up front. So when they play those long direct balls and it's a foot race, the keeper has to be off her line to cut those off. If she's too far on the line, chances are one of the Webber forwards just runs onto it, and it's an easy one-on-one breakaway and a goal.
All right, and that's number 14 again, Abunda. She's got 2 goals already here. And that's
think
going to get
they're subbing her
substituted
now.
for. Yep. We're going to be under 11 minutes now. 11 minutes to go here. A couple substitutions here for. Like when you're coaching, do you have a set time frame you want to substitute for, or are you just going off the flow of the game?
Stay away. Stay away.
Both. Like there's times that some coaches have patterns in which they in the way they sub, or depending on how the game's going, you may not want to make any changes. So it just all depends on the situation.
Okay. Good header out there by Gordon. She pushes
There you
it
go.
up.
Good clearance. Now
And that's Parker right there. Pushes it back up. Now it's coming out. Kicked out by Gordon.
good combination play by Webber to try to get in behind. One of the things that Johnson Wales got to do a better job of is once they clear it, they've got to get everyone out. They got out kind of slow there, and then they cleared it, and pressure just came right back on them. So
How's that due to them not getting the ball kicked up far enough? Or?
no, that time they actually cleared it far enough. They just didn't get out quick enough.
Okay. Here comes Murphy. Unable to get there. Getting the turf. Right up to Duplain. She kicks it ahead. It's inside. Number 26. Heidi Schmidt is there, but it's going to get kicked out. I believe it was by Parker again, clearing it out. How important is like spacing in soccer?
Huge. Yeah, it's very important.
'Cause I know it's like before the play, it's pretty good spacing, but then it seems as it goes.
Usually the rule of
fluctuates.
thumb is there's principles for attacking, principles for defending, and when your team, Bailey's got the ball on the top of the box, she shoots, scores.
Got a goal. That was Abrahoff.
Bailey Abrahamoff with a goal.
23, Bailey Abramoff.
Like I said, when they brought her in, I thought it was a great move for Coach Dobransky to bring her in at that time of the game. She proved me right there. she's got a rip on her. That girl can score.
And that's one of the things you were saying. They need to get one goal back at least here before the half, and just start baby steps, I guess.
I've actually known Bailey since she was about. I've watched her play since she was about 8 years old. She's a local kid, and she's always been a really good player.
She's local here, right in North Miami, or just Miami area?
She's, I believe, from Cooper City.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Broward County area.
I actually coached her in high school. She went to American Heritage, and I coached there years ago, and she played for me at one point.
So Broward County.
Good clearance.
There.
See, this is where the team's got to get out. It's a great clearance. They got numbers up. There's Bailey. Well done. Way to get stuck into a tackle. She's really come in.
Back out to Duplain. She's got it down the right side here. That's Parker right there.
Bailey's really come into the game and made an impact with some of her passes, finding teammates into space, and obviously scoring a goal. It's been a good impact and a good spark for Johnson Wales.
Yeah, she's definitely. Now, how long has she been out for the knee injury?
That's a good question. I think she's just about a year after an ACL. So.
Oh, ACL injury. Okay. So Blanchette here with the corner kick.
Good ball.
That was number 6, Fiona Whitfield for the Wildcats. Was that 19? That's Parker again. She seems to be all over.
That kid is relentless. Yeah, she's good.
Number 15
she's
from
fun,
the Warriors
enjoyable to watch.
sends it up and kicks it back to Beersma.
One of the things both teams has struggled with a few times is when either team has played a long ball over their back line, all 4 defenders have ended up turning their back to the game and they're facing their own goal. Anytime your back line's doing that, it could be trouble.
Is that just because you can drop one over them when they're not looking?
Good combination play by Johnson Wales.
Duplain kicks it in. That's Schmidt with the kick. Hanel's there. No, there's number 20. That was Klein. Samantha Klein. We've got 7 minutes, under 7 minutes. That's going to make it 3-2, Coach.
What was nice there was the combination play. And again, you've got players in there right now that can play that type of style of on the floor, possession-oriented game, and that like to play the give and goes, which Bailey does, Sam Klein does. So it's pretty to watch. That was a great, great build-up and a good goal.
You called it too, as
yeah.
it was right as it was happening.
And the other thing is, this is where players start to get fatigued at some point, and so that's where the depth of both teams are going to make an impact on the result of this game. So.
Yep. And Webber, where are they from?
They are from Babson Park, Florida. It's about
Florida still?
it's about I think like 40 or 45 minutes from Orlando.
Oh, okay.
Just south.
So the heat's not something that they're.
Oh no, they're used to it. They're used to the heat.
Okay.
They don't have a problem with the heat.
Although Orlando seems to be like that's where the bubble starts. It seems like down there in Florida. It gets cold up there. Trying to clear it out of there. Give them off good header. Warriors keep it in there, and Wildcats.
There you go, Haley.
20 Klein.
There you go. Well done. Good tackle.
Good tackle. That's Bovard, number 10.
Getting tired, girl. Let's go.
Wildcats. will keep
Momentum
it.
can change quickly in soccer. You get one goal, your confidence builds, and then you believe you can do it again. You do it again, and next thing you know, you're back in the game, being down by 3. That's why you just can't stop. And that's the one great thing about the Sun Conference. I mean, all the teams. If there's, one word I would use to describe men's and women's soccer in the Sun Conference. It's just relentless. Everyone's relentless. No one stops. Everyone fights and scraps all the time, and you're never safe when you're winning. You're never
you
safe.
can see it. And you said it yourself yesterday. You guys were down
Down by
the
4.
second half and brought it back to within a goal.
I was surprised he let him play on that one, but
I was waiting to see. I saw it happen, but
yeah, she kind of extended her arm there a little bit on that one.
you got to see the Wildcats playing with a little more pep in their step right now.
They've got
Now
some.
they got the
They've
two
got
goals.
some. They've got some confidence now.
I'm guessing that plays a big part in soccer. I mean, I guess it plays a big part in any sport, but you know, if you get the confidence and momentum,
You gotta believe. If you believe you can win, there's plenty of underdogs that win games and get results based on just belief.
there's Murphy. There's
Can they
Evan
counter
off
right
again.
now? What I see, and
Up
this
to
is
Schmidt.
what Bailey comes in and does. As soon as Johnson and Wales won the ball, as soon as they won the ball, their first pass went forward. It's a great way to build a counterattack. When you counterattack, if you make your first pass forward, I mean, she just beat 3 or 4 players on one pass. So great decision by Bailey.
It's Whitfield that kicked it out. So we're under 3:44 to go right now. 3-2 for Webber. Jumped out to a 3-0 lead. Last 2 scores by the Wildcats. Murphy throwing it in for the Warriors.
See, that's the other part too. I think Webber went up by 3, so they probably figured, we could rest some. They can rest some players, rest a few girls, and they did, but they lost a little bit of momentum. Taking off 14. I mean, when you're up by 3-0, you probably think you can, But being up by 3, you probably think you can, and then before you know it, the other team's right back in the game. So.
Off with a nice, good pass there to Brevard. That's what you're talking about earlier about with the substitutions, kind of with the flow, or maybe the coach had a certain rotation. I guess he wanted to play. Just that sometimes happen, like with the coach, like we were saying, with 3-0 lead, you start thinking, okay, let's get somebody's a rest. And
when you make changes, you never want the level to drop, and but sometimes when players are playing well, you have momentum, so you may lose a little bit of that momentum. But if you're up by 3, you could probably risk losing a little. You can maybe afford a little drop off. But Johnson Wales just answered. They just answered back.
it's a goalie kick out. Abramoff sends it all the way back in. Hanel catches it in the air, sends it back out here to
Good
the
punt.
left.
Way to win
Shit.
first time in the air, again.
Sanchez pushing it up. Headed back in by the Warriors. Blanchette. That turf got her that time. Over to Murphy. Sends it in. A header. Biersma's there for the save.
A lot of these headers that are going on in the midfield, if one of the teams can, and I think both teams have kind of struggled to do this, is that when a ball is coming in the air, if they can head it down to a teammate's feet, if they can find a teammate, like Bailey just did, flicks it on. She just almost had an assist off a header. If they can find a teammate's feet, it'll help them to keep possession of the ball.
So we got 1 minute to go here in the first half. 3-2 for the Warriors. Sean Stanley, Coach Phil Zayas here with me.
Coach Dobransky dropped his holding midfield, Christina, to center back there, and she's done a great job. I think he saw he needed to make some adjustments after they took 2 or 3 goals, and he moved her back to center back, and she's done a great job.
That's an in-game adjustment by Coach
Yeah.
Dobransky. It's sent up.
Great
The
ball by
plane's
Bailey.
there.
Good try.
Good grab out by Hanel. Sends it back up. We're about under 20 seconds here. Warriors pushing up.
There she is again.
Yep. It's number 12, Christina Medina.
Yeah.
And here to countdown. 3, 2, and that's going to be halftime here. North Miami Stadium with the score. The Webber International Warriors 3. The Johnson & Wales Wildcats 2. And Coach Zayas, before we go to halftime here, your thoughts on the first half?
Exciting first half. I think anytime you can get 5 goals in a first half, it's great. So exciting for everyone who's come out to watch the game today, and I'm looking forward to seeing the second half. It'll be interesting also to see how the coaches adjust, what Webber does to answer back and to maintain their lead, and what Johnson & Wales tries to do to equalize the game.
All right, for Coach Zayas, I'm Sean Stanley. We're going to be back here in about 14 minutes for the second half of Johnson & Wales University Wildcats taking on the Webber International Warriors in the beginning of the Sun Conference play right after this. Sean Stanley, Coach Zayas back here with you second half. Now, Coach, coming out of the half, Coach Dombrowski went in with a 3-2, trailing 3-2, but they had the 2 goals at the end to cut into a 3-0 lead. What are you telling their players at halftime?
Well, first off, just to start, I've never seen this. They've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It almost looks like they're going to do an onside kick here, and we're not playing football.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at.
So I've never seen this before. They've got 2 back. Yeah, if there's any way Johnson Wales could win the ball quickly, they would be in against 2. But I would assume they're going long. Oh, they went back
There it
and
is.
long.
No,
there
there's
it
the
is.
kick
Yeah.
long.
Yeah.
Trying to force it up.
Well, that was shocking.
Now,
No, just
couldn't
kidding.
Beersman get it and try to kick it back up? It was kind of not as quick as I thought, but and they did start Abrahoff
And they're
here in
in.
the second
And they're
half.
in. Oh.
Goalies going out. That is 99.
I don't know. The linesman was calling number 8 offsides on the right side of the field, but I thought 14 was in an offsides position and didn't really impede the play. You know what this second half is going to be about? It's going to be about attitude. It's going to be about who wants it more, who's willing to grind. And you know what? In that first half, Johnson Wales, by scoring 2, was able to gain some momentum and build some confidence. So they believe now. So it's going to be an interesting second half.
Trying to figure out who the goalie is here for the Warriors. 99 we do not have on the roster, so once we know, we'll get it back to you. Warriors are pressing. That's number 27. Janelle Ebanks.
Yeah, Janelle's back in, and number 14, who scored the 2 goals, is back in for Webber. So
You got your 19 and 23 back here again for the Warriors. They push it up. That's Ebanks again. Into Abundez. She's got 2 goals already today. That's Klein.
Samantha Klein, good win in the midfield. And that's what a holding
Pushes
mid
it
does.
up.
What a great ball.
There's a goalie off of number 14. Janelle Montez.
The keeper for Webber, very smart to come off her line on that one.
Now, are they looking as a goalie? Are you looking for? I guess when do you come off that goal line?
There's Bailey with a long shot.
Just to the left.
Bailey Abrahamoff has been the difference for Johnson Wales here in the second half. She's just has really kept Webber's defense honest, and they have to worry about her now. Where before she was in the game, they didn't really have to worry about anyone, and now she's been a real threat here.
Definitely pushing the tempo. We're trying to go back up. That's 14. Bundes.
Great ball by number 14.
Over to 11. That's for Mankiewicz.
So yeah, keeper comes off the line usually when the ball gets behind their back line, and they're the last defender. They're basically the last defender. So it's really important that a goalkeeper is good with their feet and knows how to play with their feet. Bad throw in by Webber. She lifted her foot on that one.
Is that what the ref is doing?
Yeah.
That'd be a free kick. Oh no, throw in. Okay, change it up. That's Dupelaine. Gets it back up. That's Montez. Sends it back in. Haley Gordon. Getting the ball back in quickly. It's for Mankiewicz.
Well done by the goalkeeper. She worked really hard. I think it's a corner anyway. She worked really hard to try to clear that ball so she wouldn't. Johnson Wales wouldn't give up a corner, and was trying to make it a throw-in, but she didn't get there in time.
So it will be a corner kick. I believe that's number 4. That's going to be Jenny Murphy. The corner kick sends it in. Over everybody. Looks like number 22. I think it's Anna Pia for the Warriors. Kicks it ahead. Job by number 8. That's Sinetsia. Pushes it up to 14. That's Montez. Up the right side. A lot of Wildcats running up now. They're able to get it out. We're going to have
Carlton Shakes, the referee, running over there with some authority. I guess he wanted to make his point that that was a foul.
That's why I thought he was going to pull out a card or something.
I don't know.
He was running over there. There's Baxia.
I think when you run that hard, I think you're letting them know the next one maybe. The next foul maybe, you know. So
there's Abramoff again. Push up to Trullo. That's the captain.
good ball.
Into Abramoff.
Good ball by Trullo.
We're going to kicks it in.
Good shot by Bailey.
Good shot trying to get in there.
Reed, you gotta stay on those feet. You know they're trying to get a shot off.
Number 15, the captain, Sarah Trullo. She's done a really good job of holding the ball with her back to the goal and finding Bailey on that one. She was able to protect it. She didn't lose possession for her team, and that's what a good center forward can do for you.
Here go the Warriors. Now, some of you were saying earlier with the clearing, is that something the Wildcats have gotten better with the game since the game's been going on?
Yeah, I think so. I think they've gotten better at that. Like right now, Sam Klein picking up the second ball. Every time Webber's back line heads the ball, Johnson Wales has been able to do a good job collecting the second one in the midfield, and a lot of times they're winning that ball and building their attack. So they've done a good job with that here in the second half.
So we're under 40 minutes, about 5 minutes here in the second half. Let's see what we got. Warriors kick the ball in. 19, that's Gordon. Billy Gordon. It's Dupain trying to clear it out. Klein to Amroff. Up to Duplain.
Nice layoff by Bailey Abrahamoff again. Truo keeping possession. Ooh. Yeah, that is a dangerous play. Anytime someone's cleat comes up that high, it's dangerous. Probably should be a yellow.
See, looks like he's digging into the pocket.
That's also what happens
There
when
it is, a yellow card on number 23.
That's also what happens when the back line doesn't win the ball the first time in the air. If you're a defender, and for the most part, Webber's done a great job at that. Their back line is not allowing balls to bounce, and when you let balls bounce, those type of things can happen. And now they've put Bailey Abrahamoff within 30 yards, and she's got a rip on her, so she can score from this distance.
Here we go. Abramoff with the kick. There it is.
On target.
Yeah,
Keeper
right
makes
on
a great
target.
save.
Good stop by the keeper. Says she's number 99. I'm not sure. We don't have a 99 here on our rosters. You're playing right there. Gordon keeps it back in. Sanchez. Warriors get it past the defense. There's Beersma coming up.
Ooh. Oh, we had a head collision there. I heard that from here.
I thought that was.
I was just about to say this, and you could see when some of these girls are going up and challenging. You know, when you challenge in the air, you've got to go up with your hands. You've got to go up with your arms to protect yourself. Because if you get your arms up and protect and get your hands like kind of next to your head, your arms, what happens is no one can get into your personal space. It's almost like you create a little bubble for yourself, and you don't collide heads.
Gotcha. Okay.
So, and it's happening a lot. I mean,
Yes,
a lot
they're
of
just
the
going up with just
challenges,
their
they're
hands.
just going up with just their head, yeah, and it's dangerous. So,
I was watching some of that here. All right, Coach, so right now we're about 8 minutes here into the second half. That was number...
Looks like Sam
20,
Klein.
Samantha Klein.
Yeah, and you know, in that situation, you're always scared for, you know, anyone who collides, and thankfully both players seem to be okay.
Definitely. So now we're about 8 minutes into the second half. Have you seen any adjustments made by either team right now since the first half?
Well, Webber brought in some of the players that they had subbed in the first half, like number 14. Basically, yeah, I mean, she was the most dangerous one. So they brought in those players back, and I was interested to see, you know, what kind of impact those players would make on the game again. They've started a little bit slow, so they've lost a little bit of momentum, and it just seems like maybe they're getting a little bit tired. Johnson & Wales has a renewed hope now, so they're playing off that adrenaline and belief. So still plenty of time left, so it'll be interesting to see what happens here. And again, all it's going to take is it could be a set piece. It could be you know, one mistake. You know, one team can capitalize off someone else's mistake. So if Johnson & Wales makes a mistake in the back, Webber can go up by 2. If Webber loses focus for one play, Johnson & Wales can score, and now, you know, it's this thing could go to overtime. Great through ball there.
That's number 11 for Mankiewicz again.
Keeper's way off her
Got
line.
it over Biersma.
And she scores near post.
To the goal, off the near post. It's going to make it 4-2. That's for Mankiewicz. I'll try to say the whole name. Juliana for Mankiewicz with the goal.
Now on that one, I think the keeper may have came out a little bit too early. As a keeper, I know it's a tough position, and you got to make a decision if you're going to go or not. So, but that was a great chip by number 11. I mean, she caught her off the line. It was a great chip.
Chilo back to Emmerhoff. Kicks it over to Blanchette. Comes it up. There's Parker for the Warriors. She's going to push it up. Taking up the left side.
It's amazing what a goal does for a team. All of a sudden, they have energy.
Yeah, it looks like
You
a
know?
whole new team out there. There's 12.
They're up by,
Dina kicks
Weber's
it
up
in.
by 2, and number 19 is attacking out of the center back position.
Moratti, tripped up. Coming over here to our location.
Man up now! Man up now! Look at what you got right now!
Lee Gordon with the kick. Missed the header there. Stays with the play. So that's 27 Ebanks. She's been very active today. 14 Abundes. Kicks it
Great ball by number
way
14.
left. Sends it in. Biersma knocks it out. They kick it up. It's going to go wide, right of the goal.
That's a good try by the midfielder to try to score from that distance. I mean, she saw the keeper off the line again, and she took the chance. I mean,
No fault in trying to take a chance there. Open goal for a little bit. We're about 35 minutes to go here in the half. The Warriors have added 1 goal. Now they've increased their lead to 4-2. Biersma's going to send the kick up. It's like you're saying now the Warriors look like they got that pep in the step after that goal.
they regained momentum.
Be a throw in for the Warriors. Coming back over here. It's number 15. Laura Beth Borders. She sends it in. Good play there by tackle there. Abramoff.
Getting a little chippy in the midfield there.
This is conference play. Sun conference play here. First game for both these
For all
teams.
these teams, it becomes such a tight race of who's going to make it into the playoffs that, you know, you can lose the first game and it ends up and that's the game that ends up hurting you in the end, and you don't make it. So it's so competitive from top to bottom. So everyone's fighting for.
Now in the Sun Conference, how many
point.
teams make it into the playoffs? Is it 8 or
6.
6 teams. And last year it was Webber was the 5th ranked team, but made it to the semifinals. So they must have won one of their first round games.
Yep, and a lot of times that happens. You'll take there'll be a team that's, you could be the last ranked team, and you peak at the right moment, and you play well when it matters, and you knock out number 1.
Yeah, you see it happen all the time. They're trying to push it in. 19 Parker there again for the Warriors.
Yeah, what I liked about that there, she not only won the ball in the air, but she tries to settle it on one touch and find a teammate right out of the air, which demonstrates really good technical ability.
Question with Abrahoff. She's played on turf before?
Yeah.
Okay, no, because I was saying, because she seems to be one of the only players that kind of lets the ball take a bounce or something before she'll really play it. It doesn't seems like everybody else is kind of off their game with the turf, and that's 14. That's Abundez coming up the right side.
Great 1v1 move. Good try.
Wide left.
That's I mean, she just ran 60 yards with that ball. That's an impressive run. Beat 2 players. She did the work defensively, which is nice to see. It's nice to see a forward. A lot of times forwards, some of them just want to score, but so they don't want to always do the defensive work that's necessary. But she won the ball in the midfield and took it herself the whole way, and a lot of speed there. And yeah, she's definitely their best attacking-minded player they have.
And she's already got 2 goals here on the day. Number 26, Sydney Bailey now. Sends it up, Abundez over to the left. Again, the Warriors.
She's got very good skill, too. I mean, just playing that ball the way she did with the outside of her foot and bending it is not easy. It's not an easy ball to play for anyone, so it's impressive to see that.
Wildcats. There's Parker.
Parker seems like the type of kid that, just by the way she plays, that every coach would want her on their team.
Yeah, she seems to be everywhere.
Yeah.
Not afraid to get dirty. Pace is slowed down a little bit here. Substitutions here going in for Johnson and Wales. Number 4.
Michelle
Smedley.
Number 9, Michelle Mejia just came in. Michelle Mejia is a very good passer of the ball, very technical, knows how to get players involved in the attack.
And both players right there. Mejia pushed up to Smedley.
Yeah, it's a good move by Coach Dobransky there.
Just try to get something going here.
Yeah, I mean, trying to get one back and get momentum again, and especially this field, you have to have possession-oriented players. You have to have players with good skill, and Mejia is one of those.
You saw a ball right there bounce right over the foot of one of the Webber players. Number 17 is Maradi, the header. Not happy with the call there. Number 11, it's Juliana from Mankiewicz. She had one of the goals earlier. That was Parker. She took one right to the chest. Shrugs it off and gets up. As you're saying, it seems like a player every coach would want to play for him.
Yeah, she just doesn't stop. She's.
I don't know if I would have got up from that. I would have just heard it again. That's 23. It's Philippa Wilson.
That's the other center back.
Yeah,
She's
that's
going.
the other one you were talking about.
Yeah, what
earlier.
they do, what they've done a good job with. There's a few times that their center backs are attacking, which you don't. Not many teams do that. But one of their holding mids drops back into the back line and they keep their shape, and it allows her to go forward. And both of them are obviously dangerous going forward.
Deep shot. throw here to the right. That's for Mankiewicz again here from the right. Shoots it in. That's Ebanks.
Great turn.
Into number 17, Maradi was there to kick it away. Defense there by the Wildcats. Possession will stay with the Warriors. Be a throw in here for the Wildcats. Number 9, Mejia. Kick it ahead for Smedley. Trying to run it down. Send it back to the goalie. He right there to stop it.
I think Coach Dobransky's moved Bailey Abrahamoff up to a center forward position, and I could understand why with the power of the shot she has, and she's really strong and can hold the ball with her back to goal, and she's moved Michelle Mejia into the position that Bailey was in. But Webber's still attacking.
It's going to be number 26, Sydney Bailey right now. Sends it
Good ball.
over left corner. Out. Here's going to send it up. We got a substitution for Webber. For Mankiewicz, number 11, going out. It's number for the player coming in right now. It's number 5, Rachel Osborne, in for Webber. Good play ahead. Goalie right there to stop it. Ball gets away from Webber. Smedley. Send it up ahead. She's running it down on the right side.
Great
Sends in
idea.
Amaroff.
Good idea by number 4 for Johnson Wales. And
Smedley. And we got it's number 12. It's Christina Medina.
Christina Medina is also, she's played center back. She's played holding mid. I mean, they've kind of moved her around a little bit. And she just fights and scraps wherever she's at. She's one of those blue-collar workers for Johnson & Wales, doing all the dirty work. And this gives Johnson & Wales a good opportunity to score off a set piece. Again, you got Bailey, who's dangerous in these positions.
There was a yellow card there. It looked like it was called on number 23, Philippa Wilson.
Thought it was a little bit clumsy on defensively to tackle there. I mean, they probably could have just stood her up, and she didn't have a great angle to shoot, so there was no need to foul there.
Now you got Abramoff taking up.
Number 4, Sydney Smedley is playing on the right side and was very dangerous. Really helped create that situation.
Good shot by Abramoff. Good stop by the goalkeeper. They have her as number 99. We don't have her on the goal on the list.
She's been impressive because not only has she made some saves, but from that close, making the save and holding on to the ball is very difficult. So, especially on the turf where the ball moves more. And they're countering the other way.
There we go. Right back up.
It's a breakaway.
The Warriors attacking. Beersma
Great
there.
save. Good clearance off the
Good
line.
clear by Maradi. Beersma was there for the save. They attacked right back. Cannot see the number of the player. Looks like it's number 14 again. And Bundes gets going on there, and she just like a truck, doesn't stop. It's going to be a corner kick. Number 4, that's going to be Murphy. Kicks it in.
See, in that moment there when Johnson & Wales clears the ball, they've got to get players out. They've got to get the team out so that ball doesn't get served in again, because you clear a ball and then it's coming right back down your throat. So you got to get out.
It's Mejia. Sends it over to Smedley on the right side. Number 3, Megan Howard there for the Warriors. Stay the Warriors ball here. Number 3, Howard. Throwing in. Just about midfield. Gets it in.
Oh, number 5's wide open on the right side for Webber. If they would have found her, I think she would have been in. Good pressure from
There's Abrahoff right
Bailey
through
on
there.
the
Shot by Bailey. She pitches it up. Over to DePlane. That was Ebanks there. Here come the Wildcats. Blanchett gets it across over to Smedley on the right side. Unable to get it.
On this field, you really, when your team is attacking, you really have to keep your width. You know, those are principles of attack. It's just when your team gets the ball, make your shape as big as possible. Get yourself in wide positions, and that way the ball won't run out of bounds. Defensively, we're supposed to do the opposite, which is get nice and small and very compact in our shape as a unit. So that was part of the reason why the ball went out of bounds for Smedley there. It just wasn't wide enough, and that ball is rolling fast, and the surface, again, it's a fast surface.
Very fast surface. I've seen a lot of misplaced balls so far here today. Mejia pressuring. And it will be substitution. Number 10, that is Kimberly Bovard coming in. And also number 6, Fiona Whitfield in for the Wildcats.
JWU is bringing in some fresh legs to try to push the pace and probably give some of those players that were doing well a little bit of a break. So maybe the last 10 or 15 minutes they can go back in and have another push. So
Gotcha. Set up right in. There's heading in. Var keeps it in.
Forward!
Where's now over here to number 5. That's Osborne.
good ball by
That's
Osborne.
Murphy. Into number 14. She kicks it by the goal. That's Abundez again.
That's the way we want, Jenna!
Liedra Abundez for the Warriors.
I love it, Toes!
Good goal by Webber. One of the things they did really well there was get the ball wide to number 5, and if you allow number 14 to turn on, how many goals does she have today? 3, 4? I mean,
I believe that's number 3.
she's scored
Unofficially
3.
number 3.
Okay, yeah. So I mean, she's one that anytime Webber gets the ball, they need to deal with her immediately because she's just that dangerous. And if you allow her to turn, she's going to score.
And you called it right when number 5 sent it into the 4 Murphy. Like good pass, and then right into Abundez, who took it in for the goal. Here comes the Wildcats, Bovard. Send it across. It's too low. Back out. That's Blanchett. She sends it back in. Smedley. Smedley got pushed off the ball there. They will keep the ball. Fans disagreeing. I'm sure you can hear it. It's always the passionate soccer fans.
Oh yeah, he's pretty passionate.
At least that's what we'll call it here. We got a long trip down here. Here we go. That is Blanchett.
Hey.
Sails it wide. Field goal was good. That one had a little oomph on it.
Yeah, she put a little bit too much on that. Probably needed to just keep it on target. If she would have kept it on target, maybe the goalkeeper, there's a deflection, and then you get a goal and you're right back in it.
So we got a little over 20 minutes to go. That's Murphy.
Oh, great turn.
This ball turned around. There it is.
And
14. Here we go again. There is. Heads up, cameraman.
Good job by the goalkeeper
job by
coming off the
Beersma.
line again. The back line of Johnson and Wales has got to track this number 14. And 14 does a great job of peeling off defenders, creating space for herself, making the right runs up top, and they're just giving her way too much time and space.
Here she's got it again. That's Abundez over. Kicked away by Blanchette, but right back in by number 23. That's Wilson. And it's almost like now they're trying to get it to Abundez every time down the field. Smedley for the Wildcats. There's Parker for the Warriors, getting it out right about midfield. So Coach Zansky and throw in a substitution. Now, when you're doing the substitution, coaches, are they coming in with any set plays that they're doing, or are you telling them, coaching them up as they're coming in?
You're reading the game and you're seeing what the other team, like where their weaknesses are. You may tell your players before they go in, oh, 5 is wide open here on the wing.
The Bundes tried to get it to her.
You may tell your players to try to attack a certain player, or hey, let's try to find one of our players here. You know, you may try to give them those type of instructions and let them know what you want to do. In regards to set pieces, most of the players know their role and where they're supposed to run on most set pieces, so they know that prior to going in.
Gordon sends the ball up for the Wildcats. Low, that's Brevard. Kicks
Good
it
ball.
across. 6 Whitfield here to the left. It will be the Warriors' ball. And here comes some substitutions. We're just under 20 minutes, about 18-12 to go. And here comes some substitutions in for the Wildcats. Number 16, Kylie Grundy. Number 8, Annette Sia.
Coach Dobransky's making some adjustments here. He's trying to get one back, and I think he's going a little bit more attacking minded with his outside backs, hoping he can get them to get forward.
There's Gordon over to that's Grundy just in. Over to Sia.
Great ball to Mejia.
Mejia's right there.
Way to work! Way to work! Way to work!
Such a small window sometimes. You got to try to fit the soccer ball into. It's number 12.
14's with the ball again.
Oh, here we go. Over to
Plays a great
5
ball
again.
wide.
There's Sia. It's going to be a corner. Number 5 is Rachel Osborne. Here we go, corner kick. That's going to be number 4, Jenny Murphy. Setting up for a corner kick. 16:44 to go.
Oh, good driven ball.
Trying to track it down. It looks like number 12.
Another good ball in.
Rodriguez, another good ball in. And here comes, just like that,
Bailey Abrahamoff's back in the game.
as I say, Coach, the rest, he goes in for.
Yeah, I think he took her out for. He took her out for about 10 minutes. Gave her, you know, I mean, she's been probably the most dangerous player for Johnson and Wales in this game. So, gave her 10 minutes off. Let her get her legs back and hopefully get a nice push here the last 15 minutes.
We are just under 16 minutes to go. Right now, the Wildcats are down 5-2.
Way to work, man!
The Warriors have possession of the ball. And now you have Abramoff, Whitfield, Medina, Moratti, Brevard, Sia, and it looks like Gordon.
Yes, Anna.
For the Wildcats. Beersma in goal.
Yes, Pip. Yes, Pip. Yes, Pip. Thank
We're
you.
going to have a yellow card on number 15, Sandra
I didn't see it.
Trullo.
That's a tough part about, college soccer, and especially in the Sun Conference, is it's tough when we get, and as coaches, it kills us when our kids get yellow cards, especially when it's a light one, when it's like, it's even questionable if it was a card, maybe it was just a foul, because what happens is these cards accumulate, and then at some point, if you have 3 or 4 yellows, or at some point you have to sit out a game, depending on how many cards you accumulate. So, for us coaches, it's we cringe when our kids get them, and it's not well deserved. If they get if they get into a hard tackle and it's a yellow, we accept it. But when it's questionable, it hurts.
Yeah, especially when, you said it adds up and you can lose them for a game.
14's
There's
in
14
behind the
again.
back line.
Abundez sends it
Great
across.
service.
Tried to header. They're trying to get it out. Good save. Good defense there.
I don't know who that was at the far post, but she tried to collect it with her chest and receive it. She probably should have headed it first time, and she was in.
Moratti was there helping Beersma for the Wildcats. They send it ahead. Nobody there. Goalie sends it back up. No substitution in, number 6. Fiona Whitfield out, number 26. Heidi Schmidt in, and number 11. Desiree Rudnick in.
Yes, Sid. Way to get your head in there.
All right, he sends it in
Ooh.
deep.
Johnson Wales going very direct right now, hoping to get one back.
Schmidt down there for the Wildcats.
Eyes.
So you can tell even some of the players from Webber are getting tired. And the back line did a great job to clear that, but just pushing up and closing the lines after they. That looked nasty.
Yeah, it didn't look good.
Go the other way. Go.
Number 8, Annette Sia down.
Yeah, that was an obvious foul, and she just fell kind of awkward.
Yeah, and this part of with that turf here too.
Doesn't help.
Like her foot planted. She's in pain. So while we have a chance, we're going to step away here for a couple minutes. We'll be right back. Again, we were at North Miami Stadium. Sean Stanley, Coach Zayas, John Goss on the camera. We're back right after this. All right, Sean Stanley, Coach Zayas back here with you. Try to get an update on Ned Zayas, who's carried off the field. It's like a leg injury. Gordon kicks it up. We got 12:46 to go. Right now they trail down by 3 goals. Grundy tried to push it up. Sent out here to number 5. It's Osborne. Thrown right back into number 10, Rivera. It's going to be the Wildcats' ball.
Mark up now, Green. Mark up now.
Parker again sends it up.
5 position.
Here comes Grundy. Sends it ahead.
Good ball up top to number 11. And keeper
Goals.
did a great job of coming off the line again. And
I was looking at something with this team, like, I think they have 4 goalkeepers on the roster. Is that normal to have 4?
yeah, I mean, 3 or 4. Great chip
Tries
by
to chip
Bailey
it over,
Abrahamoff.
and in!
Good shot. What a goal.
That's Abramoff.
Get on the ball. That's it, baby. No free shots. Get on the ball. You gotta get on the ball. No easy shots.
And like that, down by 2, and she didn't give him no chance. She brought the ball right back up.
Just like number 14 has been so dangerous for Webber, Bailey's just a bit, well, Bailey's a different type of player, but very dangerous for Johnson Wales, and you just cannot allow her to shoot. If you allow her to shoot, she's going to punish you.
She sent that from about 25 yards
Yeah.
out, I think. It was definitely a long distance goal there. And she wasted no time. She wasn't going to let them wait. And she brought the ball right back up and ready to play. We're under 11 minutes to go. That's Grundy fighting for the ball.
Good win. And see, on that play, she didn't have the advantage, so he called it, and then it was the right call.
It's going to be Gordon here with the free kick. Now, did he get the free kick from where the foul was committed, or is it up to the official?
Yeah, it's where the foul was committed.
Okay. Sends it in.
One of the things I don't think has worked out for Johnson Wales is when they have these free kicks from far range, they keep going long and high in the middle, and center backs in the back line, they deal with those balls well.
Over here by our position. It's number 9, Ines Ordeix. We're going to be under 10 minutes here. As Biersma sends it back upfield. 2-goal lead here for the Warriors. Blanchette across midfield. Abramoff is there. So is Parker for the Warriors.
Well, she saved it. Well done. Great touch to lay it off to the forward running onto it.
Here we come over here. That's Grundy right at midfield. Over to Trello. It's Blanchette back to Trello. And they're sending it in.
See, in this time of the game, when you get to the attacking third, you want to get something out of it, whether it's a cross or a shot. You want to come out of it with something.
Osborne back up to number 26, cut off by Grundy. There comes number 19, Parker. Tag sends it in.
And she shoots.
There's Biersma.
8 minutes. Stay active.
And as you heard, we're under 9 minutes.
Good ball to Bailey.
There it
They've
is
got
on the
a
outside.
3 versus 2. If they can get forward.
Kicks it
2 versus
across.
1 on this side.
26.
Ooh,
Then it's going to go wide.
Good try.
Right.
She had to turn her hips a little bit on that one just to try to keep it on target.
Bailey sent over to Schmidt, and that was Rudnick with the shot. So it's 5-3 Warriors. 8:15 to go. Some substitutions coming in. And we're bringing number 14 back in. It's Liedra Bundes back in here for the final 8:08. And Ebanks came back out on the field. And now the referee's talking to the official. Now, what could this discussion be? Just a illegal substitution, or
They're probably trying to see how many times a player has come in and out. It's the only thing I could assume.
gotcha. So obviously, they were on the wrong. Ebanks is going back to the bench. Now, is that something as a coach that you can lose track of, or do you have an assistant keeping track of that, or how do you?
It depends on the coaching staff. Usually there's someone keeping track of it, one of the coaches, and it's really, I mean, you could lose track of it, but it's not too hard. I mean, you can re-enter. So basically, if you get subbed, you can re-enter, but then if you go out again, you're done for the half. In the second half, in the first half, once you're out, you're out.
So it looks like we got everything straightened out now.
Ooh, good win by
Trullo.
Trullo.
Number 11, Rudnick. Out. 5, Sinton in. It's Trullo. Come around the right.
Great ball by Trullo.
Over to Rudnick. Fires this time wide left. Off the mark on the last 2 shots for Rudnick. Gordon was there. Blanchette all the way over on the right side. Alrighty, sends it in. Rudnick. Headed out by Wilsons. They're attacking. They're trying to attack.
It's just they've got to be patient, even though there's a little bit of time left, and a lot of times players start to panic, but you have to stay composed, and when you panic, you just don't get a good end product. So they're trying to go over the top a lot in the air, and the problem is the 2 center backs for Webber are great in the air. So putting it on the floor, getting balls wide, being patient, and creating better goal scoring opportunities are better.
Him sends it in.
Good try there.
There's Grundy coming up. I think they got an extra coach on hand.
Yeah, and
But like I said before, if you drove all the way from Orlando down here, I guess
Yeah.
you gotta let 'em know you're
number
here.
1 fans. Yeah.
Cleared out there by Gordon. We're at about 6 minutes. It's 5-3. Webber International University Warriors. Christina Town, number 5, in for the Wildcats. Everyone staying busy.
Great ball by Bailey. And with speed to get behind the back line. Number 2. Good.
Gets it over.
Ooh.
To the side.
It's a good volley. It's a good try. It's not easy to hit that ball bouncing like that in full running stride and hit that volley. It's not an easy ball to hit. So she did well with that.
The Wildcats that close from coming Down just one goal.
One of the things you got to respect is just their relentless work ethic. I mean, they're down by 2. They could have easily packed, they could have easily given up, and they just haven't stopped.
No, not at all. Good leadership on this team. They're keeping them in there. And you can see the players are talking to each other and communicating. They're not letting each other get down and trying to get back in this game. Kick back up toward midfield. And Schmidt was there for the Wildcats. Trullo gets it ahead. A little battle there. It's a Bundes for the Warriors. She's been the spark plug today.
Anytime this girl gets the ball, I would make sure I have at least two players around her. You can't let her be 1v1. It's just she's just too dangerous.
Yeah, it looked like they had one there and then one kind of shadowing her. And once she got around the one, Marati was there to get the ball out. It's going to be a corner kick for the Warriors. We're going to be at 4 minutes. Sends it in. Cleared out by Christina Medina. Right back in by the Warriors. Trullo. Borders with the throw-in. 9 kicks it across. Murphy was there for the Warriors. It's going to roll out. All right, throwing it in. Into Whitfield. Schmidt. We're under 3 minutes to go here. Wildcats are down by 2 goals. And the goalkeeper comes out. Do here. Getting a little chippy there. Mundes.
See, right here, I'd prefer them to just keep possession here on the left side instead of nailing it up. They're going to nail it up, and it comes right back down. Oh, they actually got something out of that, though. Yeah. Another foul. Not a smart foul. Not a smart foul by Webber. There's no reason. I wouldn't. Okay. So Abraham is.
You let Abraham off take this shot, right?
Yeah, I mean, if she's within 30 yards,
30, right?
she'll put it on target.
There it is.
This keeper's done a really good job for Webber today. I mean, little balls like that, you never know. A keeper can drop that, and she's done a good job to make saves and hold on to everything today.
So we're under 2 minutes to go here. Now it says 14:50. Oh, 1:45. Okay, there's a time on 1:45 to go. Abramoff, winner there.
Nice flick.
Wildcats will keep possession. Right back into Abramoff. She kicks it up.
Linesman called a foul there.
Couple
The linesman was the one who
down.
caught that.
Abramoff down.
Getting numbers in the box.
Schmidt down.
They're throwing everything forward. They're trying to get one more before the good set piece there.
Started out, and they missed the chance.
Oh, what a great opportunity to score.
That's what you're talking about.
Smart set piece too. I was expecting Bailey to hit that. And
Yes, Leo. And ball. You got to get in front of the ball. Yes, man.
ooh, that was a high. That leg came up high. That was just dangerous.
Hit him off right there.
Can't. Good try. Good try by her. By Bailey again.
Way to work.
She's leaving it all on the field.
Yeah,
here
she
today.
is. They all are. I mean,
No, definitely, most definitely.
I mean, great credit to Johnson Wales. They're down by 2 and still pushing forward in the last minute, trying to at least get one more.
Not to mention the beginning of this game started, they were down 3-0, battled back to make it 3-2 at half. No quit in the Lady Wildcats.
5, 4, 3,
We're going to be under 2 seconds.
1.
And that'll do it for the first conference game here for the Johnson and Wales Wildcats. They come a little short, 5-3. But Coach Zayas, you got to like the never quit attitude right here from the Lady Wildcats. What else did you see from today's match?
Well, I mean, I thought the best part was just the fighting spirit and the never give up attitude, because in conference games it's 90 minutes and you've got to be willing to play when you're down. And I mean, one thing I think they got to try to do a better job of is starting better. You know, not getting down by 3 goals. I think that really hurt them. And I thought Webber did a great job too. Webber's got some good players and dangerous players that if these two end up meeting in the playoffs at some point, now, you know, Johnson Wales has a better idea of how to deal with the players that Webber has. So overall, it wasn't the start Johnson Wales wanted, but there's some positives you can take out of the game. And as a coach, you always want to be able to take out of positives and apply it to the next game. So they got to brush this off quick. And, you know, in conference play, you got to have a short memory, because you go from one game on a Wednesday or Thursday, and then you're playing again Saturday or Sunday, and you've got to erase it real quick. So
Now, Coach, I know you got to go get your team ready here. So I'm going to let you step aside. I want to say thank you for being here and the invite. Every game, whenever you want to be out, it's more than open for you. I appreciate the insight that you gave to us here.
awesome.
And,
Thank you for
hope
having
have
me.
a great season.
Thank you.
And hope we
Appreciate
get
it.
to cover some of your games.
Absolutely. Sounds good.
Awesome.
All right.
Thank
Take
you
care.
again.
Thank you.
All right. That was Coach Phil Zayas, the head coach of the Johnson Wales University Wildcats men's soccer team. So here again from North Miami Beach, North Miami Stadium, the final score, Johnson and Wales University Wildcats 3, the Webber International University Warriors 5. So in Sun Conference play, the Wildcats will fall to 0-1. The Warriors will improve to 1-0 here, but still a long way to go here in conference play. So for head coach Phil Zayas, who joined me here on the broadcast, cameraman John Goss, I'm Sean Stanley from North Miami Stadium in North Miami, Florida, where the final score was Webber International University 5, the Johnson Wales Wildcats 3 on SportsOvertime.com. We'll see you next game. Start tearing down. Make sure you put the canvas back there.